So 50 people who qualified for an assisted death last year and had been assessed by medical practitioners were then unable to proceed to an assisted death because they were deemed to have lost competency. Would you support changes on the competency checks?
No, I want to keep the regime basically as it is. Again, there are a lot of checks and balances, and so being competent is one of the main criteria, and I think that needs to remain.
As the law stands, doctors are not allowed to raise the prospect of an assisted death as an option for terminally ill.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. So if you're terminally ill, a doctor can't say to you, well, there is the assisted dying option. They're not allowed to legally bring that option to you. You have to bring it to them.
I think that would come under their oath as well, right?
Yeah, well, but that's the whole point about this, the cause no harm, if that's what it is. How does anyone, commit something that's going to end someone's life? So I don't know, but that's part of the law right now is that doctors aren't allowed to say, there's that assisted dying thing. It has to go the other way. That's a legality of it.
Ill patients. Is the so-called gag clause appropriate?
Look, I've got an open mind on that. It's certainly not something my bill is aiming to address, but people have raised that issue. In fact, I was in a meeting last week when that was raised, and I think it's something that needs to be looked at. Again, we've also, though, got to balance the concerns that when the bill was passed at the time around coercion and making sure people are completely informed of all of their options. One of the other things I do like about our bill is that actually as part of the discussions, healthcare professionals do have to talk about all of their end-of-life choice options. So they are actually prevented a lot of information as they go through this process.
But you don't have a position on the gag clause?
Not at this stage. I do want to talk to people who have raised it. And again, it's usually members of the medical community.
See, he sounds quite balanced. Like I'm just being honest about this guy who happens to be an act. It's quite a genuine sort of a conversation between two people.
So yeah, I want to talk to him a bit more.
I mean, if you're in a position to put forward a members' bill and you think you have strong enough thoughts on the prospect of an assisted death, shouldn't you have a position on something like the gag clause?
No, well, let me talk about how my members' bill.
I will ask
because I think that's important. But look, as I said, I have an open mind. We're going to obviously have the review, which will wind up in November. There'll be opportunity for people to raise other issues, and as I said, happy to talk to people about what they've raised. And as I said, we may be able to make further adjustments.
I will. Don't worry.
All right. So there is more to come. Anything you want to jump in with before we get to the next one, Joe?
Yeah, look, I was going to say, me, Pat, I'll jump on ACT any day for any reason. I don't see a problem with his answer there. Yeah. It sounds like someone with an open mind that is going to listen to practitioners about their positions.
Well, here's the strange thing. There's this guy in government saying, I'll listen to the experts. Maybe that's why it feels not such a mad answer.
That's why it's weird.
Yeah,
that's why it's
strange,
weird. I haven't heard it for a while. That's why it's weird.